Hey, SnapFlash fam! Today, we're bringing you a powerful story out of Botswana, where government, business leaders, and UNICEF are teaming up to change the future for the country's children. Over 13 million has been pledged in a bold, private sector-led movement for child rights. Let's break down what it means and why it matters. Did you know nearly half of Botswana's children live in multidimensional poverty, and only 10% of abused children ever get help? Now imagine if every major company helped fix that. That's the goal of a brand new initiative launched this week in Gaborone. Stick around to find out how this powerful alliance could change the game for every child in Botswana. Before we dive into the details, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss important updates from across the continent. The Vice President and Finance Minister Ndaba Gaolathe officially launched the Private Sector Forum for Child Rights this past week, a first-of-its-kind partnership between government, UNICEF, and 11 of Botswana's top companies. Together, they've pledged over 13 million pula for child-focused programs across health, education, nutrition, and protection. But this isn't just about money. The forum will work to embed child rights into everyday business practice, including ethical labor policies, family-friendly workplaces, and inclusive marketing. Mascom CEO Zene Makwade Saboni, who co-chairs the forum, summed it up best. This is a clarion call to unite our resolve, resources, and creativity to change the lives of our children. And the data proves the urgency. 70% of children in Botswana lack proper sanitation. Nearly half live in multidimensional poverty. Only 1 in 10 abused children receive help. Permanent Secretary from the Ministry of Child Welfare reminded everyone that behind each number is a story, and many of those stories can be rewritten.
Let us ensure that children are not just passive beneficiaries of our development agenda, but that they are active participants and central stakeholders in our nation's economic prosperity and general development. Let us ensure that no child is left behind, not because it is a fashionable rhetoric, but because it is a moral imperative and an economic necessity. Research has made very strong economic cases. Please honor the Vice President, why we have to invest in children. That is why I believe you are here tonight, because the government wants to see this imperative fulfilled, and one of the results is the establishment of the Ministry of Child Welfare and Basic Education.
Vice President Gaolathe didn't mince words. If we fail our children, we fail our country. He pointed out that 36% of Botswana's population is under 18 and called on the private sector to integrate children's needs into their core operations, not just CSR projects.
I know many of you in this room, and I am just amazed how this country is able to bring so much talent under one roof. And it is not just competent, relatively young CEOs. It is not just that I see a brain trust under one roof, but also these are CEOs, many of whom I know well, and who in particular, I know them for being conscientious human beings. And I think as a country we are fortunate to have such a constellation of driven, conscientious, competent, visionary, executionist CEOs. I believe that together we will continue to build a Botswana where every child thrives, a Botswana that brings the best out of its young people. Thank you, UNICEF, for being a steadfast partner in this journey. And in conclusion, let us rally behind the vision of a nation where every child and where all our children are at the core of our progress and our prosperity. And by engaging the private sector as proactive partners in driving positive change, we can ensure that no child is left behind on this journey towards building a society defined by inclusive prosperity. Together, let us uphold the values of compassion. Together, let us uphold the values of equality, fair opportunity, and opportunity for all children of our country, and securing a bright and promising future for generations to come.
The launch also drew voices from beyond Botswana. Vodacom Lesotho's CEO shared how their partnership with UNICEF is already helping drive digital education and gender equality across the region.
The context of my submission today on what we're doing in Lesotho is that we signed a bilateral MOU with UNICEF in 2022. We're already busy with other initiatives, but this partnership has been especially impactful. Our focus areas are in education, digital inclusion, gender equality, and child protection. The partnership aligns with the SDGs, that they already referenced SDG 17, if my memory serves me correct, and indeed Lesotho's national priorities. The anchor initiative there is Code Like a Girl, with which we've trained more than 3,000 girls in coding. And it is my hope that we're going to develop over time programs that are going to take that foundational coding intervention to becoming participants in the value chain of the sector that I work in. We talk of an inclusive future at Vodacom, and we say that that future is digital. It cannot be that that future is inclusive if we exclude the girl child from participating in that important value chain. I'm happy to see that. Thank you. I'm happy to see, Mayor, that you're not only the co-chairperson, but you're also a participant in the sector. It is important, ladies and gentlemen, that we hold ourselves to account on how we look after our children. But there's a subsection of those children who we forget, the blind. I'm happy to report that together with and in partnership with UNICEF, we have funded the Resource Center for the Blind in Lesotho to the tune of some 300,000 maluti, and are going to continue to put more money into that initiative. We've done this with UNICEF providing the assistive devices. As we hold ourselves to task for how we include and support children, we would do well also to focus on children with disabilities because they're especially vulnerable and are often neglected by our society. We have also, together with UNICEF, and recently hosted Mr. Roger Federer, taken advantage of a $2.5 million, I know the dollar is a bit of a challenge in our lexicon nowadays, but a $2.5 million co-investment grant to improve education and access to quality education for children. We did this with UNICEF, and I'm happy to say that in Lesotho we're able to raise a further 2.5 million, which means we have that much more by way of resources, i.e. in excess of $5 million going towards looking after children. We have a child helpline which we support so that if you see a child being abused or not being taken care of, it can be reported. The line is of course free so that anybody who is taking action on behalf of a child, or if it is a child themselves, they need not worry about the cost. We've recently, together with our competitor Econet, hosted a golf day, again with UNICEF. UNICEF is a constant, ladies and gentlemen. Which golf day that Ndaba raised on close on? Several 100,000 maluti, again with the emphasis being towards looking after children. I'm happy to report that while you may not see me in the newspapers raising the trophy for the Gaolathe Classic, which is starting tomorrow, which hosts golfers from obviously Botswana, Lesotho, Swaziland, Zimbabwe, and a number of other countries. While you may not see me hoisting the trophy, you should know that when I take to the fairways, as much as it is possible, it is for charity, and I'm happy that the last time we did such, no matter the damage that was done to the golf course, it was to ensure that we do our part in ensuring that we look after children.
UNICEF's acting representative Dr. Kimanzi Muthengi noted that this is more than a pledge. It's a promise that will rewrite the future for every child. The Private Sector Forum is now being embedded into Botswana's National Development Plan 12, and it aligns with the country's economic transformation program, tackling real issues like malnutrition, early childhood education gaps, child abuse, youth unemployment. And it's not just talk. Each founding member has signed measurable action plans. What do you think about Botswana's approach to child rights through private sector collaboration? Could this model work in your country? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this story inspiring, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more updates from across Africa. Tap the bell so you never miss a beat on how our continent is shaping its future. This isn't just a corporate pledge, it's a national movement. Botswana is proving that when business and government come together for the right reasons, children win. That's it from SnapFlash. Until next time, keep questioning and stay informed.